Hey, welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome to my shop. Today, we are going to work on this little guy. And if you've ever restored anything Kenner Star Wars, this is basically one of the motors that goes inside an X-Wing. This particular one goes inside a snowspeeder, the vintage Kenner style, old school motors that they have. And a lot of times when you pick these up, they're bound up and then they don't work. You put the batteries in, you clean out your terminals real good, they don't work. So today I'm going to show you how to get them running. And I've got a pretty good success rate with this. This one actually does work. We're going to work on this one here today that doesn't work. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Hopefully we'll get this one here working that's not working. But I'll give you a quick demonstration how to test them. And got to shrink myself down. All right, here I am. So I've shrunk myself down so you can see what I'm working on. Let's just start from the basics. I mean, first you want to clean your terminals and stuff on your toy where the batteries touch it. And if that doesn't work, you open up your toy, give it a few spins, like just keep doing this, and sometimes it'll kick on for you with the fresh batteries in the thing. So that's the first step you'd want to do. Now, if that doesn't work and you're sitting there spinning, and sometimes it could take a while, you're going to pull the motor out. Now, what I have here, this is a 3-volt motor. Yeah, this is a 3-volt motor. It's not designed for what I'm about to show you. So you need to be very careful when doing what I'm going to show you how to do. If you want to hook it up to a 3-volt battery, that's perfectly fine. But I find that, honestly, I had to go up to a 9-volt battery, which you see right here. I've already got one wire attached to my negative terminal. Well, it was attached to the negative terminal. I guess I'll have to edit this out. Let me fix this wire. We'll come right back. Okay, so if you look closely on the bottom of this, there is a little negative sign right there, a little positive sign here, a little circle with a plus in it, and one with a minus in it. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, so you're going to have to look at your own. So I'm going to plug my negative one into the hole. Now I do have the piece on here, a little gold piece. I do have that laying around. If you don't have it, you can just jam the bare wire in there. So whatever you choose to do there. So we're going to put the negative in there, and there, that's in. Now I've got another wire here that I'm going to put in the positive, just like that. Now, like I said, this is designed to be a 3-volt motor, so I don't want to, and I already know this one works. This is just how to test it. I'm going to touch this quickly to my positive terminal, and there goes the negative one again. All right. Hey, I never said I was perfect at this. Okay, so I have my negative terminal attached to the negative terminal on the unit here, and I've already attached the positive cable into there. If you don't have those little gold clips to go into the motor, that's okay. You can just fold over your wire at the end and shove it in there, and it should work. So then I'm going to touch this to that, positive to positive, and as you can see, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is indeed working, which I knew it would. And that is a working motor, and that's what you're hoping to get. But we don't have a working motor. We want to fix this one. Yeah, that's on camera. This is an old one I pulled out. I couldn't get it to work using the spin technique and the battery in the thing, so I pulled it out, and we're going to hook it up. Once again, if you look on the bottom, there's a positive there in the circle. There's a negative in that circle. So our negative is going to go in this hole. And I doubt if this is going to work. Sometimes it will, because using 9 volts will give it a jump start. Just be positive you don't keep it on there too long, because I haven't done it yet, but I feel you could burn the motor up. And touching the positive, and of course there's nothing. So I'm going to try spin it a little bit. I'm holding it tried to go. I'm going to sit here and spin it while I'm doing the positive and negative from the 9-volt battery. I could feel it's trying to go. I could feel it's trying. It wants to go. So it gives me hope. My finger slipped off the terminal. There we go. We have motorage. We have motorage. Sometimes it's that easy. Like I said, I don't want to hold it on there too long, but that's good. Now, it's great that I got it going, but something had bound that up for years, and there's going to be all kind of dirt inside. In fact, let me show you this one. This is one that will never be fixed. This is how bad and corroded it looked underneath, inside. As you can see, here's the gear. I can barely turn this with my finger, and you can see the magnets in there turning by my fingers. There's no way this will ever run again. At least it's above my skill level. So if you can fix something like this one, more power to you. But in this case, like I said, here's the one we just got running. It's going to go back. This is for an X-Wing, I believe. Or was it a TIE Fighter? I get them confused. No, this is an X-Wing. Yeah, this guy about a TIE Fighter I'm tearing apart too. So there we go. It's working nice. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is working. Now we know we got it working. And I removed the wires. And I have some hair clipper oil. It goes in like standard razors. If you're going, like shavers. There it is. You can see that. You can get this at Walmart or any store near you, I'm sure. We're just going to put a drop on each little axle here like this. Just, not even a drop, just enough to just get in there. I'm going to do the same thing up here. And then I'm going to spin this with my fingers. No sense putting it back on a 9-volt battery. I really don't want to pry this thing. But now that I know it's working, when I put it back into the unit, it should work. Let's give it, and I could feel it spinning much nicer now, much easier. So that is ready to go. It's rolling away. That is ready to go. And I will put that back in the X-Wing. What I'm going to show you now, if that fails, here's how you, this is a pre-recorded video that I did a couple months ago in the middle of one of my restoration videos. And rather than make you watch that whole video, I'm going to go ahead and run the clip of how to tear this apart and put it back together. And hopefully that helps you. So yeah, this next section is going to be, let me make myself big again. There I am. This next section is going to be what it looks like on the inside. Like I said, I showed you, I took the camera down. I tore this one apart. I showed you how nasty it is in there. This one could not be fixed. This is actually the first one out of the dozens of restorations I've done. This is the first one I couldn't get to work. So maybe I'll tear it apart like finer, but if someone knows how to do it past what I'm about to show you, I would love to know. So leave me a message about that. Anyway, here's the next part if what I've showed you right up to this point doesn't work. And here we go. Okay, excuse the poor camera here. This is what I got to work with, and it's hard to do this and talk at the same time. So what I've done is I've tore the engine apart. A little point here. Tore the engine apart. Oh, there it goes. It's rolling away. Well, we don't need that for right now. And I got this piece here out of it, and I cleaned it up a little bit, and these pieces were in there. This was my positive terminal, and this was my negative terminal. Well, I realized that this one is useless. It broke. So that's going to be useless. This one I'm hoping to save. But I needed a guide, so I took apart... Oh man, my camera is terrible today. I don't know if you can see this, how well. I hope it's working, because it's very small. Very tedious. But if you look right here, there's a post. And there's supposed to be one right here too. That post actually broke off. And that's what holds on each terminal. This is your positive, this is your negative. The negative wire broke anyway. Here's the positive one. Believe it or not, it is actually the way it's supposed to be. I just got to clean it up a little bit. Maybe soak it in some vinegar. But that's why it came off, because this post is missing. Now how I learned that is I tore apart, I did Millenium Falcon for a guy last week, and he had a bad engine in it, and I happen to have an extra one. So this is from a bad engine. I actually tore it apart first to see what was going on. And it's really dirty. I haven't cleaned it up yet, but you can see those posts I was talking about. One's right here, and one's right there. And here's your negative terminal. And I'm hoping to save that negative terminal and put it... And then this positive terminal seems like it might be shot. So I'm hoping to save this positive terminal, clean this up, put it back in there, and put it in my engine. And I'm hoping it'll work. So that's where I stand right now. Like I said, excuse the bad photography, but, I'm just doing this to help people out. And I'm not, a professional or anything. But I'm kind of excited because I've never had to take one of these apart before. And I figured, and I couldn't find any videos of anybody doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it, and we'll see what happens. All right. I got those little bitty parts in there. And, man, that was tedious, I'll tell you what. I put a little oil on the shaft there, and here's the moment of truth. I don't recommend using a 9-volt battery. It's a 3-volt motor, but I figured it needed a jump start. You can see it's going.
So now you know how to do that. Let's get it in the Millenium Falcon. I got to change that gear on there. That's not the right gear. That's from a TIE Fighter, I think. All right, well, there's that part.
Okay, like I said, that video was, I pulled it from old footage just months before I had this other camera set up, but I didn't want to have to make another video, and if I didn't have to actually tear them apart again. But anyway, I got the motor we did earlier, and I put it in my X-Wing here. This is a battle damage X-Wing, and as you can hear, it's working. Put up the microphone. You can hear that. Battle damage X-Wing. I'm restoring this for a guy collector. It was in pretty bad shape when I got it. I already did a restoration video about X-Wings. If you want to check that out, you can go into the channel elsewhere. I'm trying to, yeah, no, I'm moving myself around. Trying to make myself big again. There we go. All right, I'm back. So that's it. That's pretty much what I've learned, and I hope it helps you out. A lot of people say don't use oil, but what else are you going to use? I mean, if you have a better idea, please share it. And I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. I'm being serious. I've tried WD-40. It worked. I've tried gun oil. That worked. But this seems to be the one that actually lasts for me. The WD-40 seems to just come down out of the motor, and I've had problems with it in the past. Everything I've done is in my toy room and the restorations I've done lately for friends and other collectors. This seems to be the best for me. Just don't use a lot of it. Sewing machine oil is another one, which I think the sewing machine oil might be the same as the hair clipper oil. Either way, whatever you do, a little goes a long way. So you don't want to saturate it in your oil because it'll just not work. And then it'll dry and it'll eventually work, but it's going to take a while. So anyway, that's my video on how to tear apart a Kenner motor. Like I said, the original one I had showed you, this one right here, was this is out of a snow trooper, Kenner snow trooper. The one we just did was an X-Wing, and they're all basically the same. They're just different sizes. The one in the video where I tore it apart, I think that was actually a Millenium Falcon one. They're all the same, just different sizes. And I was thinking maybe if those terminals that I had showed you, the positive and negative terminals that were inside the machine, they might be able to be replaced with a piece of paper clip if you have enough patience to sit there and bend it. I don't. So anyway, good luck, and I hope your project comes out good. Jenner Custom Toys on eBay if you want to check out the stuff I do, and I hope it helps. Y'all have a good time now. Merry Christmas. Christmas is in a couple days. So okay, yeah, I'm gone. Bye.